Hello, and welcome to the Northern Kentucky University Career Services video, How to Answer Interview Questions About Your Strengths and Weaknesses. Questions on what strengths you bring to the organization and professional weaknesses you possess are among the most commonly asked questions you will be asked during your interview. So it's important you are able to recognize areas of strengths and weaknesses and that you can talk about each of these in an interview. What strengths do you bring to this position is asked to help the employer gain insight about the skills and abilities that you bring to the position. You likely have a wide array of strengths and skills that you bring to the position for which you are interviewing. You want to highlight strengths that most closely align to that position. Before your interview, it is helpful to look at the job description and identify the strengths needed to be successful in that role. Of this list, consider the ones that are also a strength for you and plan to share these in your interview. If the organization does not have a job description, you can look up similar positions on Google and see what skills are needed for those roles. Typically, you want to include 3 to 5 skills when answering this question, unless the employer has provided a specific number they want you to talk about. These skills can also be your soft skills, also called transferable skills, such as organization, teamwork, and flexibility. Or they can be your technical skills, such as Microsoft certification, Adobe experience, or programming languages that you know. In addition to sharing the skill, you want to provide a concrete example that demonstrates how you have utilized this skill in the past. This will give the employer an idea of how you've used these skills in your past experiences to see how you will use them in this new role. Let's look at an example answer to the question, what are some of your strengths? One of my strengths is my flexibility when it comes to managing multiple projects. In my current role as a peer career coach for career services, my main responsibility is to help facilitate practice interviews. However, I am also assigned a variety of other projects and tasks. It is not uncommon for my daily schedule to include promoting our office in person, conducting mock interviews, completing research, and finalizing office tasks. Constantly, I am asked to quickly change my focus from one task or project to another. Through this, I have learned how to be flexible in my schedule and quickly switch my priorities as needed. This person would finish their answer by including 2 to 4 more strengths with examples of how they have used each. Another common question you may be asked in your interview is, what is one of your weaknesses? While this may not be your favorite question to answer in an interview, it is helpful for employers as it allows them to get an idea of your self-awareness and what areas you may need to work on to improve. While this is a very commonly asked question, it can be a tricky question to answer because you don't want your professional weaknesses to be something that will keep you from getting the position, but you also want to be honest in what your professional weaknesses are. Just like all questions, you want to make sure that you are being honest in your answer. To identify your weaknesses, you want to think about a time that a task or project didn't go as planned or a situation that could have been better. Think about the questions. What contributed to these situations? What was your role? How could you improve on this in the future? Oftentimes, reflecting on these questions can help you recognize personal weaknesses and areas of growth. Once you identify your weakness and how it has impacted your work in the past, you want to show the employer how you are working to improve it. This will demonstrate to them your self-awareness and commitment to personal growth. Let's look at an example of how someone might answer the question, what is one of your weaknesses? One of my weaknesses is overcommitting myself. I'm very passionate about helping others, and sometimes that can be a problem when managing my time. When I say yes to everything, I have found that I often get overwhelmed by trying to help everyone while still completing my other obligations. To improve this, I have committed to looking at my planner and assessing my schedule before agreeing to help with extra projects and events. This allows me to ensure that I have the time to help before overcommitting myself, and that when I do commit to things, I can fully be present. As you can see in this example, the interviewee started with a brief description of the weakness and how it has been a challenge for them. Then they provided the strategy they are using to improve this and how it has helped them. So an employer can see that the candidate can recognize their weakness as well as ways in which to keep that weakness from hindering their work. It is always a great idea to practice your interviewing skills in advance. Career Services is ready to help with this. To set up a mock interview with the Career Services mock interview team member, please contact Career Services using the information provided on the screen. This has been the Northern Kentucky University Career Services video on how to answer interview questions about your strengths and weaknesses. Our contact information is provided on the screen. If you have any questions, please reach out to us via phone or email. Thank you for your time and have a great day.